Hey guys, this is Apollo here, and it's time for a deck update. So, with the release of DZ-BT09, along with the reintroduction of Daiyusha back to the deck, so I would say that that Daiyusha is a great deck. I mean, I'm just having fun with it. I'm still trying to test around and see how I'll finance my build. But in the meantime, because I have extra surplus cards from my Daiyusha deck, I figured when I get stuff from my Daiyusha, I figured I can just keep my Daiyusha deck up to date. And even so, Daiyusha is still a pretty decent deck, even up until now. So I did try to update the deck and see whether this deck, for the existing deck base, if you don't feel like playing Daiyusha, I'm just doing it for the sake of this. So yeah, I'll just go through the deck probably quickly. It's just a quick update. So your starter Daiyusha, because you need to get a percent right ability to get drive +1. Lander, I mean, it's obviously it's Kaiser Greater for Daiyusha. This is Lander for Daiyusha. Dragon, it's your card that gets to call from soul when you get Daiyusha and Daiyusha himself, which basically Daiyusha himself will give you the Master to draw one to give all your unique dimensional robots with 5k. And keep in mind, before I move on, that now Daiyusha has an errata, which I will also mention that in my Daiyusha deck profile. I'll just explain quickly. So this is the original print. So what the original print says is that at the end of this battle, this unit attacked, you can put a card in Hidden Soul, stand this unit. For this turn, this unit gets strike -2. However, in the errata, here's the change. You put one card in Hidden Soul, stand this unit, and for this turn, all your Vanguards get drive -2. So that's the main change you have to do there for Daiyusha to go along with Daiyusha. So that is the main here. But even then, it's not really affected on this deck much. But I'm just putting it out there just because it is the just the sake of telling you for your information. Okay, so we go to the orders. So the main set order is your die base. I mean, it's dimensional robots. It's gonna revolve around the die base, and unlike Daiyusha, it is a much more Daiyusha does rely more on die base to get your stuff in the field. So it does give you your energy, plus your energy, it calls your rear guards, pretty much just builds up your soul just to call your rear guards and to get energy. Okay, so that's it for the grade. That's for the set orders. Now let's go on the grade 3s. So the grade 3s, I did a little bit of changes here. So obviously you need to run 3 personas. I mean, that's nothing to see here. For my previous build, I only went for Wings. Now this time I only run 3 of them because with the new support that came out recently in this set, there is not really much of a requirement for you to play too many copies of Wing anymore. Sure, it does get 10k, a 23k body and a 10k shield if you have 3 bases. But in my own opinion, I think with the support, you can just pretty much recycle this back to the deck, and I'll tell you why in a bit. And because this deck is on right land, I run with the cup. You can run the new Regardless piece if you want to do this. So, but honestly speaking, you're better off in the cup. I mean, it's already here, so I might as well just play that. Okay, so that's it for the grade 3s. Now we'll go on the grade 2s. So the grade 2s here is a little bit changes here. I still run for Daiyusha because you searching the base is really important, and it's a 20k attacker when it attacks a grade 3. Now here's a new addition. I pay 3 direct kings. So direct king is okay. I'll just go quickly. When this news paints Vanguard Circle, you can look at the top 5 cards to the deck. When this news paints on Vanguard Circle, if your Vanguard is a dimensional robo, you can look at the top 5 cards to the deck for a grade 3 or greater dimensional robo or a set order. Put it in your hand for the deck. If you put it in hand, you put 1 card from your hand soul or discard it. Second skill, if your Vanguard is a grade 2 or greater dimensional robo and you have a base in an order zone, this unit gets permanently 5k power and 5k shield. So why do I run this? Simply because you can search for Persona and you can search for Daiyusha. So, as I said, Daiyusha is a very, very Persona right land deck. So you need to draw your Daiyushas as fast as you can. So which is why I have to run direct king in this build so that at least you can get your Persona out there. Or if you want to get your Daiyusha out, that's also perfectly fine. You can get your Daiyusha out. That's better than nothing really. And I mean, because you're playing bases in your order set or sets orders in your order zone, you need to swing these ways so you can get good shield out of it. And that's for the grade 2s. Now for the grade 1s. Here's the big change. So I only play 2 Diamond now. Now you may be thinking, why run 2 more Diamond now? To be honest, Diamond, now that I think about it, is much more situational as compared to before. Sure, it does help you get the discard fodder so you can put in soul, but quite frankly, with die base helping you put these guys in soul, that's not a reason for you to play too many copies of Diamond in your deck anymore. Plus, you don't have enough space, mind you. So 2 Diamonds is fine. And I run 2 die battles. I mean, still, because you need to get a crit out in your Vanguard, so you still need to play die battles. And the two, get all the 5 Gigan Robos together just to got tie into your Daiyusha to jump right, basically. Okay, so counter charge is still important in this deck, so I still run 3 copies of Bidesh first then. So it's really important. The deck eats a lot of counterblast. I'm not even joking. It's not as counterblast heavy compared. It's not. It's counterblast more counterblast heavy compared to the Daikaiser. I've realized. So you still want to make sure that you can put something soul. And if you want to use a soul fodder, you can use it for like what card was that? Nonoka. That's soul fodder. So you can soul blast that instead of soul blast that during worship and soul. Speaking of the Nonoka, here it is. So the Nonoka skill, when your act on regular cycle once a turn, if your Vanguard is a great dimensional robo, so about some versus unit, choose a dimensional robo that's different from this card from the drop, put it on the deck, and then for this turn, choose one of your dimensional robo units and give it the spiky power. So just like the Kaiser, it's only one. It's one run off as a 1 tech. So not really important, but I'm testing it out, see how it goes. And because you need a garbage trick, you do need to run 2 Glory Makers. So Glory Maker is basically your Reviver plus a Baldor effect for your attacks, which is really important, especially when it comes to certain decks like this. Okay, I did change PGs, but it's the same thing. Don't care about that. I run for the effect PGs. Ideally, you do want to run the Sang 2. If you wonder where the Sang 2 went for my Daiyusha, so I'm at Kaiser currently. I'll do a deck for that soon, so stay tuned for that. Triggers, nothing much changed. Brangy OT, because you want a double crit. It's pretty gay. For the vanilla crits, 8 vanilla crits, sorry. So, yeah, it is, it's, you don't need to put soul. Soul's not really an issue in this deck anymore. So there's no reason for you, just like I said before, you do not need to run the effect crits. It's not necessary in this case. Again, don't mind the Brave crits. I'm just putting it in there because I just happen to got these when I went to the store today. For your defect draws, it's this what you need because you need your draw power. And for vanilla heals, once again Braverin, but you get my point. So that's it for the quick update. So basically, to put it simply, I have reduced my awareness to make way for Nonoka and Directing, and you guys just noticed there is no more Die Trucker in this deck anymore. To be honest, Die Trucker isn't really it's not necessary to run anymore. And after playing for quite a while, I realized he's not necessary really. So in this case, I'm just gonna put something that will have more use out of it, just like Directing in this case. But that's what it is. So that's my deck profile, deck update. Sorry. Thank you for watching this deck profile. If you do like it, do like, share, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for my Daikaiser profile. I'll do a little teaser for that sometimes later. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.